Hello, my name is Cadell, and today's video is going to be about the search for the purpose of life. This will be explored through the topics of meaning and quality of life. The overarching question for this unit of work is, what does it mean to live a fulfilled life, and what qualities or beliefs contribute to this sense of fulfillment? We will meet with 3 different people to understand their perspective on this topic. In another section, Islamic versus Catholic meaning of life will be compared and backed up with evidence to prove how one another differs. Today's question relates to the topic search for meaning, as it aligns directly with humans' common desire to understand the true meaning of life. By being able to understand many different point of views, we gain a deeper understanding of how religion and beliefs have a large effect on the meaning of life. For my primary research, I interviewed 3 different people of all different generations and asked them to answer 3 questions from their personal perspective. The 3 questions were: what would you describe as your meaning of life? What values and qualities make up this belief in relation to your religion? How does your family life impact your thinking? Firstly, I interviewed my classmate James. His meaning of life was to have fun, be honest, and be the best person that he can. His second answer included how love was a very large quality, as it is a fundamental part of every relationship. The third quality he answered by saying how his parents sacrificed a lot for him, not just financially but also in the valuable time. This makes him believe that he must try his best all the time. Then I interviewed my grandma. Her meaning of life was to act justly, honestly, and with integrity. Then she answered by saying that values and qualities that make up this belief include honesty, acceptance, and religious belief. The reason for this is that you always have someone or something to turn to when you need to. Lastly, she said how she has 5 children and 6 grandchildren. However, she is just grateful that they have all been taught to be the better person. Finally, I interviewed my dad. My dad said that because he lived in a Catholic household, his meaning of life is to be the better person. For the second question, he said that honesty, acceptance, and inclusion are the 3 elements of his meaning of life. He ensures that he makes the point that being grounded and humble is extremely important as well. Finally, he said that only having 3 people in his family means that he has always included everyone in everything. This is beneficial so that children can understand how important a strong family connection is. Now on to the secondary resources. Also gathered information from other sources regarding to the Catholic and Islamic perspective on the meaning of life. Both religions agree that a part of the meaning of life is to achieve spiritual fulfillment and not material. They both include qualities including humility, justice, and compassion. However, in depth, the Catholic perspective revolves more around having a strong spiritual connection with Jesus and God. To have a complete life, you should have a final union with Christ and achieve holiness. This will ensure that you have perfected one's nature. Bible verses that support these ideas include Romans 8:28. This states, "We know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called accordingly to his purpose for them." Another Bible verse would be Matthew 22:37. "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind." This supports the Catholic meaning as they ensure that you must have a strong connection with God, and this verse teaches you how to. Escalades 12:13. Reverence God and obey his commands. To achieve a life where you follow under God's ruling and follow his commandments and beatitudes. The Islamic's outview on the meaning of life is similar in the way that they both ensure that you worship your leader. For the Catholics, this being God, and Islamic, this being Allah. By following in Allah, you should avoid excessive materialism and should show full adherence to the 5 pillars of Islam: faith, prayer, charity, fasting, and pilgrimage. ArabNews.com explains how Islamics must prepare themselves for the hereafter. This is what happens after death. A YouTube video from the author Riyad titled "The Meaning of Life in Islam" informs about how living a balanced life is a key quality of the meaning of life. And lastly, IslamOnline.net spells out about seeking knowledge while serving others. Next comes the strengths and weaknesses of AI. For the most part, AI showed a very strong and accurate response on both the Catholic and Islamic point. However, after conducting further research, I found out more beneficial information for the Islamic side when researching rather than using AI. Gemini gave a great base and left me for an easy foundation to build and expand upon. For the Catholic perspective, Gemini was almost spot on, and when double-checked with other websites and Bible verses, it left out very little. Overall, I found that people's perspectives and understanding the purpose of life can vary significantly. I had ranging answers from having a fully devoted life to a religion, all the way to making sure that life is filled with happiness and not taken too seriously. I also found that it is important to make sure that you expand on your research if AI is included, as it is common for it to leave out easily found information. Thank you for watching my video on the outlook and meaning of life.